Okay, let's go to Edge. Now, I've heard you say your match with him, that was your WrestleMania moment. What do you think about him coming back against all odds and returning to action at the Royal Rumble? And it looks like he's going to have a Mania match here with Randy Orton.
Yeah, man. Well, I loved that Rumble. I really did. And I've been pretty tough on Rumbles in the past. I remember there was a big blizzard in Philadelphia, and so I drove three of the four Foley children. I think Frank was in the car too, because I've got more experience, with driving in inclement weather. And so I was in the far corner of a parking lot when I picked the children up after the show, and I didn't have to know what happened to realize that people were upset, because people were walking with their heads down, and I thought, this is like either the second or third show in a row, Rumble in a row, that people are leaving disappointed. And I think at that time I wrote a little article saying it's, Rumble's on the verge of losing its, unique big event feeling. And I think Rumbles like this past one really do a lot to keep it in that position where it's probably the second biggest show of the year. I think it's bigger than SummerSlam at this point. I loved it. I loved the return of Edge. I loved the emergence of Drew McIntyre as, a main event superstar. And, there was just that feeling, where people, when you jump up, I'm 54 now. I got started 35 years ago, and I maybe jump up out of my couch 3 times a year in response to what I see on the screen. And it's like, it's Edge, Edge. So, and he came back. He was clearly in incredible shape. Edge was the first person I got in touch with when I, retired in a neurologist's office, because I knew that he'd been in that same position where, it was a surgeon who made the call, that he should never wrestle again. And I've just touched base a little bit with Edge since then. I just told him it was an amazing job, and I talked to Beth. I was backstage at Raw to do a completely, unrelated to Raw project with WWE, and she just said, it's surreal, to have him back. And I've already gone on record as saying I think WWE might be pushing it with the returning superstars, but Edge and Randy Orton is going to captivate the audience. It's really brought out we get to see Randy doing what he does best. And I think it's going to be, a challenge for match of the night.
Okay, let's go to